Hey, it's RC. Now, we're a little bit more formal normally, but this one's super important. The team at Redacted just dropped a video the other day where they had Noel Fritsch, who is the founder and publisher of National File on. Now, if you read Sherloc Exposes or We Are the Watchmen Weekly, you're familiar with the National File's work from some of the articles that we published. But Noel Fritsch, in 90 seconds or less, explains exactly how the media manufactures your consent for a narrative. Now, we've talked a lot about this. This is in our keynote presentation, The Great Gaslight, which we're going to be giving in mass all over the country starting in January. But this is a great clip from Noel Fritsch. In 90 seconds, he breaks down what we've been talking about for years because we want you to be hip to what's going on. Check this out.
Just a little bit behind the scenes kind of shop talk here for the press. Whenever they want to push a particular narrative, you can look for those narratives that the deep state intel community wants, which owns places like Axios, which owns places like Politico, which owns Semaphore, which owns thehill.com. These are their preferred mouthpieces for intel pap, basically, is what it is. It's nonsense. It's like I describe it as their wish list. What they wish that everybody would believe. If you want to read what the intel community would have you believe, and the DoD would have you believe, and Booz Allen Hamilton and Northrop Grumman and Boeing and all those guys would have you believe. And I live right next to Fort Bragg, Clayton, so maybe I need to not talk like this, but because all of the guys that live around me, of course, make a bunch of money in contracting, but. If you want to know what the DoD would have you believe, just go read Semaphore and The Hill and Politico and Axios, on a day-to-day basis, and WAPO too with Bezos's rag, and they'll tell you exactly. People often ask me, because I have National File, and they know that we report the truth, and they're like, so how do you figure this stuff out? And they always ask, what do you read? What rag do you read, or what news do you read? And of course, I mentioned guys like you and Tucker, but it's not so much what you read, Clayton, and you know this, it's how you read. You have to understand who is the source and what are their objectives. And then you have to be able to essentially read between the lines and know what the objectives are to be able to discern truth in these wild times that we are living in, because they are just nuts.